Going to talk to Jorge Zamora. How are you, sir?
Very good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How's it been for you? Did you have a good
It's
time?
been great, wonderful.
You always seem to have a good time here,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're
Yeah.
always happy to see you. I want to talk about, your early life and when the piano entered your life. How old were you when you started to play?
I started when I was 6 years old. In my house there was always classical music, so there was a passion for music already.
Did your parents play music, or did they just love classical
They
music?
well, my mother used to play when she was younger, and then when when I was growing up, they decided to buy a piano precisely when I was 6. So
Oh, perfect.
yeah, so
Perfect.
she started teaching me and my brother, and then I started going to teachers and so on.
When did you decide to take an engineering sort of
Well, it
track
was
in your life?
it was during high school. I had this, the double, the double. I don't know, project to either go to engineering or go to music, but I took the safe road, the safer road
It's not
probably.
necessarily safer,
Well,
but
when you live in Mexico, that's probably that's safer. And so I did engineering first I called it parachute.
right?
And then after finishing engineering, worked for 2 years and realized that I had to do music
to be-
study. Yeah, I had to do it, and I said I didn't want to regret when I'm 40. So so I did it.
So you came to Cleveland.
I went to study to Cleveland. I had incredible teachers there.
Who did you study with in Cleveland?
Olga Radosavljevic, a wonderful woman, wonderful teacher. I learned so much from her, and I also took some master classes with Sergei Babayan, which
Oh,
was
yes, wonderful. He is
wonderful.
One of the best piano teachers in the world now.
Yeah. It was almost, I don't know, 18 years ago. So when this
But you
happened,
also studied audio engineering there, audio recording.
yeah, I
as
did
well.
a double major.
You always seem to be doing a double major, right?
Exactly.
In your life, it's a piano and engineering.
Correct.
Piano and audio.
Exactly.
What do you do now?
I work for a technology company. It's called Qualcomm. It's an American company based in San Diego. So I'm responsible for sales in north of Latin America. So it's a very interesting job and with a lot of cutting edge technology that we provide to the world of technology.
It sounds like such a demanding job. I wonder when do you get to the piano? When do you have time to practice? Do you do it at 4 in the morning? What do you?
I started to do something I never done before in my life, which is practicing in the morning. I found that I had 1 hour every morning after I took my kid to the bus before he goes to school. So I came back to the house, and would practice for an hour and then go to work. So that was my first hour of practicing, and then at night, after taking the kid to the shower and stuff, I would practice another an hour and a half, 2 hours, and that's
That's a lot of piano, though.
Yeah.
That makes a very long day.
yeah.
But it's I guess it's better than doing nothing in the evening, right?
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
it's,
The only difference is I don't watch TV.
right.
That's-
TV's good though. I like TV. I was also never a morning practicer until my adulthood and until I had 2 jobs, and then the morning was the time when I could get it done. And while the prospect of that is never, I never really look forward to getting up early and practicing. I find that my mind is very fresh in the morning, and especially if I'm learning orchestra parts, which I do every week. Every week the work is different. It gets in there. It gets in my brain a little faster in the morning
It
than
definitely
if I've
does.
been working
It
all
definitely
day.
does. I just
doing
discovered
something
that
else.
at 40 something.
Right. Well, you did it earlier than I did. So anyway, what are you working on now? What are you going to work on now?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. We had this conversation at the
Yes, you were
at the
working on
end,
the Schumann Fantasy,
at
right?
the end of last competition.
Right.
We had this conversation, and I told you that I was thinking about learning the Schumann Fantasy, and you agreed that that was a
That
good
was
piece
a great piece for you.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that I didn't get to play it in the semis.
Well, you'll have to come back and play it then. So what are you thinking is a new good piece for you?
I'd like to perform the Beethoven concerto that I learned for this competition, and I have a possibility of playing with an orchestra maybe
Oh,
that I'm
fantastic.
discussing
Oh,
now.
that's
So
fantastic.
that's probably then my next project.
Oh, cool. And what solo repertoire have you been listening to people and seeing what they're doing?
Yeah. So much music I want to learn, and so much music available and that exists that but I still haven't decided.
I see you as tending toward a more romantic repertoire. Schumann, Liszt,
That's one thing that I
Chopin.
want to change a little bit. I
really?
want to gear something more to Scriabin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what by Scriabin? Fifth Sonata?
Fourth Sonata.
Fourth? Oh, that's a good piece for you, I think.
Yeah, remembering Antonio Pompavaldi playing it in the
Right.
2001
Fantastic.
competition. Yeah.
That's a good piece for you. That's a good piece.
You
for
told
you.
me
Very
that for the
tuneful,
shoe.
very tuneful still, and you have such a natural way with the piano. This seems to work really, really well
Thank you
for
very
you.
much.
So yeah, Fourth Sonata is good. So when we see you again, you'll be bringing the Scriabin Fourth Sonata to us, right?
It sounds like a plan.
Thank you, sir. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being with us.